Hello guys, welcome to part 2 of how to create a snake game in C#. Today we are going to be working on our food class. Now, so let's go to our Solution Explorer and add a class, and we will name it food, naturally. Now for our namespaces that we'll need system.drawing, and that's it. Now our public class food is fairly simple. It's going to have a public rectangle, and this is going to be the piece of food that will be drawn on the form, and then that rectangle is going to have an x coordinate, a y coordinate, a width, and a height, which are always going to be equal to 10. So every piece of food generated is going to be a 10 by 10 block every time. Now the constructor is going to take one parameter, and it's going to be the random class, and it's going to have two functions in this class. There's going to be a draw function that takes graphics as a parameter, and then a generate class which will generate random x and y coordinates for a piece of food, and that will take the random class as a parameter as well. So for the generate function, we're going to say x is equal to rand.next 0 through 30 times 10, and y is going to be equal to rand.next 0 through 20 times 10. Now the reason I say 30 and 20 is because, like I said in the last part, there are 30 10 by 10 blocks we can use and 20 10 by 10 blocks that we can use for the width and height respectively. Now with the rand.next function, the first number is inclusive and the last number is exclusive. So the reason this is only going to generate a random number between 0 and 29, including 21, excluding 30. That's because the first 10 by 10 pixel block, technically the xy coordinates are 0, 0, and that will be this block right there. And so 0, 30 would be this block, which is outside of our client area. For the draw function, we are going to set the rectangle's x coordinate to x and y coordinate to y, and then we are going to say graphics.fill rectangle, brushes, we can set this to any color we want. I'm going to say brown, and then our rectangle, which is our piece of food. And then for our constructor, we are going to create a new instance of our rectangle, setting our x and y and width and height. But before we do that, we have to generate random x and y coordinates. Oops. And that is our food class. It is all set up. It is that simple. Thank you guys for joining me for part 2. For part 3, we are going to set up our snake class, and